morning. Good morning. Sorry, coming to you a little bit late today. We had a couple of technical difficulties. Oh well, I guess it happens. Anyway, we're still going to do our 30-minute meeting, and I am here today at Flying Point Beach in Southampton, New York, and it is absolutely glorious today. There are just incredible waves. Maybe I'll do a little panorama after the class is over. I might have to put my glasses on because it's a little bit later than normal, so the sun is a little bit higher. All right, so let's settle into our yoga practice. Oh, look, today I remembered to put my strange leg in front. I hope you did too. Put your strange leg in front just to sort of rebalance your body, because we unconsciously do these things that sometimes don't make us more balanced. All right, so let's bring the hands into Namaskara Mudra, closing the eyes, inhaling deeply through the nostrils, lengthening the back of the neck. Push that occipital bone, that bone that's right at the back of your head, push that up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Inhale deeply. Gosh, doesn't it seem more open when you do that? Your whole windpipe just seems less obstructed for some reason. It feels really good. And let's close the eyes and invite some silence into our lives. And rubbing the palms together vigorously, heating up the palms, bring the warm palms over the closed eyes. Inhale deeply through the nostrils, keeping the mouth closed. Exhale deeply through the nostrils. Open the eyes behind the palms and circle the eyes to the right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the eyes, relax the eyes. Inhale deeply through the nostrils, lengthening the back of the neck, lengthening up through the lower spine, making sure you're sitting very tall, very tall. And open the eyes again behind the palms. Circle this time to the left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Close the eyes, relax the eyes. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. In through the nostrils one more time. And gently lower the hands and open the eyes. And congratulations, you made it here. The hard work is over. Let's go ahead and go into our easy V immediately and just let the legs sort of go back and forth. And if you're working with a block, you can bring a block in front of you. You can have it here. You could have it here, because you can use the block at different levels. You could use it out here as a stretch. Whatever you want to do, my friend. You do you, all right? Coming forward, making sure you just drape yourself over your legs. Try not to have any. See if you can check out. See if there's any place that's a little stiff. Make sure it's just all loosey-goosey this morning. You want to just kind of melt into the earth and just relax. And slowly coming up, let's go over the right leg. I'm going to continue using the blocks. I think they're kind of fun. And you can put them on either side of your leg like this, or just walk with your hands down your leg like this, and then let your upper body drape over the leg, and then let yourself go as far as you can, just draping over that leg. And while you're there, go ahead and push that left hip back, and that's going to give you, I think this is blocking that view, push that hip back that way, and you're going to feel an even deeper release in your sacrum. At least I do. Boy, that makes such a difference when I push that hip back. And slowly coming back up. Again, if you want to use the blocks, you could just be like this. You could just be like this if you want to. You could be like this. Maybe you're working on stretch. Maybe you're working on balance, serenity. There's different things that people come to yoga for. Let's come forward over the legs and just let your head dangle. Make sure you say yes, no with your head. And that's going to make sure that your back relaxes. And then if you can, push that right hip back. Ooh, that just feels so good. You don't have to do it manually. Kind of. Sometimes it does feel good to actually push it with your other hand. And slowly coming back up. Let's bring the feet into the butterfly, or titibasana, mariposa, babochka. Isn't that beautiful? That's the Russian. Babochka. I thought it was babushka for a while, but it's babochka. I hope I'm saying it right. My Russian friends will correct me. Okay, that's very good. Let's go ahead and stretch the legs forward like this. And we're going to flex the feet back as far as you can, then crunch the toes, flex the toes, crunch the toes, flex the toes. Now point the foot. Make sure you're not crunching the toes though. See if you can lengthen the toes so all the energy is coming out of your legs when you're doing this. And flex the toes back, flex the foot, crunch the toes, point the feet. Flex the toes, flex the foot, crunch the toes, point the feet. Flex the toes, flex the feet, crunch the toes, point the feet, flex the toes, flex the foot. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Doesn't that feel good? Let's do a little extra stuff with our feet. Now, some people, it's kind of hard for them to get at their feet because their hips are kind of like this. You can always use the blocks too to sort of relax your inner thighs to support you when you're doing things like this if you want to. But what I like to do is actually take the bones and push them against. So I'm going like this down the bones, and that's actually massaging those little. I think that's the metatarsals next to the tarsal bones. It's giving them a little bit of a stretch in there. Give it that little good stretch there. Then go onto the other foot, going between all those little baby toe bones out there. Isn't that amazing what we've got? Isn't it funny? The hand has the thumb going sideways, where in the foot, the toe is going up like this. There must have been some reason. I wonder if monkeys, their toe is on the side and their hands are on the toe. I think it is. I'll have to look that up later. Okay, so while our feet are stretched forward, you can also use a strap. You know, using props doesn't mean that you're a beginner or it has nothing to do with level. It's just a different way of working. So if you want to, you can put a strap around your feet. And what I'm going to ask you to do is actually pull your chest forward. Pull your chest forward and then see how far you can go. Don't let your chest cave in like this. You might just go this far, be back this far, and you're going, oh, okay? Work where you are, work where you are. Okay, that was me like trying to build the strength in my arms for chaturanga. Boy, that took a long time. And just pull your chest forward and really open up your sternum. Open up your sternum towards the feet, really opening up that sternum. See if you can come a little bit closer and come back up. That's a different way of stretching. Now this time we're going to just let ourselves curve over the legs and let your head go, just totally surrendering. This is the opposite of what we did. That was kind of an active stretch, and this is more of a passive stretch. Just letting everything go over the feet. Boy, doesn't that feel good? How often do you get to do that during the day? Isn't that great? Let's come back and we're going to do a little bit of a twist. Make sure you come back to the strange leg in the front. That's what we're trying to do. Let's rebalance our bodies. We're going to take the left hand and put it on the right knee, and then we're going to take the right hand, put it behind your back, and then twist. Really, you can push your hand into the knee to give you more purchase for a better twist. But don't try too hard. Always don't try too hard in yoga. Do your best, but don't try too hard. And coming back towards the center. Come on the other side. That's what I love about yoga. If I don't feel like doing something, I don't do it. You know why? Because I'm an adult. I mean, look at me. I know what I need to do for my body. You do too. Trust yourself. Excuse me. Oh, that twisting feels so good. Now let's do a couple of side stretch. We're going to take the left hand and bring it up over our head and then come over onto your side with your right elbow on the ground. And see if you can look up under that arm. Look up under that arm. Boy, it's a lot brighter at 7:15 than at 6:30. Just 45 minutes. It's such a difference. And coming back up, let's do the other side. You're going to let your left hand slide down the floor, and you're going to try to put that elbow on the ground if you can. And then you might need to teeter-totter a little bit. Maybe your hip comes up, maybe your elbow comes up. See if you can get both down. You might not be able to do that on both sides. See if you can. The most important thing is the hip down, because then you can kind of stretch against that. And that's going to give you a beautiful side stretch and in that lower lumbar area. Okay, coming back up. All right, let's come on to all fours. And we will do a little bit of cat-cow to loosen up our backs this morning. Oh, my God, what a beautiful day. Whew. All right, hands underneath the shoulders. Make sure you're activating your fingertips. Don't just let your hands be like blah, blah, blah. You've got to make sure the fingertips are very active. That's going to protect your wrist. Make sure you do that because you don't want any wrist injuries. Knees should be underneath the hips, and you're going to just arch your back up as you exhale. Like a kitty cat on Halloween. Then you're going to inhale as you let the belly drop and you look up. And exhale into the cat. And inhale into the cow. And you're going to come back to the tabletop and curl your toes under and lift your knees. You know what I forgot to mention was what beach we're at. We are at Flying Point Beach. This is the one you always see on Anthony Bourdain's. It must have been his favorite sweatshirt because he always had that on. And I was like, that's New York. I know that place. And this is called Flying Point, and it is just spectacular. Just spectacular. Okay, go ahead and let's keep the knees deeply bent, but we're going to push back into a deeply knee bent down dog. Keeping your ears on either side of your inner arms like this. We're trying to keep the spine straight. We don't want the head to droop or to be looking up like this because we often forget, I think, that the neck is part of the spine. I don't know why. I guess we think of the neck as different. Okay, go ahead and lengthen through the backs of the knees. Ooh, my first down dog for the day. I wonder if it's yours. Might be. Relaxing into it. Then walking forward over the hands. Hang forward over the feet and just relax there. Letting gravity pull you down. Again, if you need to, you can have your blocks like this whenever you are dangling forward. You can have your blocks like this. You could even have your blocks like this if it's a real challenge for you. Whatever way you want to work, that's your way. And I think teachers don't mind when people modify with what they need to do. And coming all the way up to standing. Let's do some sun salutations. I'm going to widen out the lens here a little bit. Oh, guess I'm just going to have to back up. All right. All right, let's come to the top of the mat. You can be standing there. There's some trash somebody just left on the beach. I'm going to take that with me later. Okay, so standing at the top of your mat, your feet are parallel to the long side of your mat or your towel if you happen to be on the beach like me. Go ahead and inhale up, looking towards the sky. Exhale as you come forward over the legs. Exhale, let everything go. Really enjoy this moment for just a minute. Let your head dangle, say yes, no. Hands on the shin as you inhale and come up to a flat back. And then start to exhale, hands on the mat, stepping back into the plank, lower all the way down. You can put your knees down if you need to. Inhaling into the cobra. Curl your toes under and push back into down dog for 2 breaths. And walking forward on the inhale, all the way to the hands on the shins, arching up into the flat back. Exhaling over the legs one more time. Inhale, come all the way up to the sky. Arch back if you want to. And coming back into Namaskar Mudra. Now we're going to do it 2 more times, but this time it's going to be in silence. I'm not going to be saying anything. And I invite you to really join with your breath. So instead of just inhale, lift your arms. Wait for the breath to start before you do. So you start to inhale, exhale, go for it. So kind of literally follow your breath. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go through it twice, and if you get lost, just look at me. And after that, we're going to come into our um, tree pose, which is going to be very quiet meditation. So I'm not going to say anything there either. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and follow the breath for our sun salutation. Okay. I love doing that last part because that really makes sure that you're on your leg. Isn't it nice to take time to be quiet, to just listen to your breath and to focus? I once asked the master, I was like, why do we do these balancing poses? And the master said, it stops the mind. So I guess it really does because when you have to balance, did you see me lose my balance a couple of times? And my foot was negotiating, and I was like, oh, it made me very present. So I think that's probably why we do these things. Okay, I love that one. So good. Let's do our warrior two. We're going to start with our right foot in front. We're going to turn the right foot out 90 degrees. We're going to turn the left foot in almost 45 degrees. And then we're going to bend the right knee. Now, you might need to scoot your foot out a little bit. If your knee is going past your ankle, you can scoot your foot out. But the main thing is keep that knee over that ankle. That's the best technique, all right? Let's come into our arms stretching out, shoulders rooted in the back, looking over the right fingers, holding that belly up. Don't let your belly fall forward like this. Lift your belly up. That's going to strengthen your spine. Did you see how your spine? Look at how my spine lengthens. I'll show you from the side. When my belly's like this, look how it's kind of curved, and then see how my lower back lengthens. When people say lengthen your lower spine, what they really should say is pull in your tummy. All right, and then we're going to do a reverse warrior by scooping the right hand up, and the left leg's going to slide down. The left hand's going to slide down the left leg, looking up under the arm, and coming back to warrior two. And let's go on ahead into our side angle. Oh, I love this one. Try to look up under the arm as much as you can, up towards the ceiling. It's going to keep your chest open. I'm really pushing my elbow down into my thigh, and my feet are firmly rooted on the ground. Let's come back to warrior two. Straighten the right leg, turn the right foot in, turn the left foot out, turn the right foot in 45 degrees, and we're going to do the other side, bending the knee, making sure the knee is over the ankle. Don't let it be like this either. Knee needs to be here. Push your knee back. This knee's going to come back. Don't let this one roll in. Keep that one open. We're very flat here in the hips. We're not letting the hips turn like this. Making sure we're very flat. Reaching the arms out, looking over the left finger. Whew. That's some sunshine. Holding that warrior two, flipping the palm, reaching up towards the sky for the reverse warrior. Whoops. And coming back to warrior two, let's go all the way into our side angle pose. Parsva Konasana. This is what I'm trying to remember. Parsva Konasana. Parsva Konasana. And coming back to warrior two. Now straighten the leg, turn the foot in, and come back to center. Yeah, there's two ones, they sound very similar. It's Parsva Konasana and Parsva Konasana. I'm not saying it right. Let me zoom back in. We're going to come back into the ground. Let's do some pranayama while we're here. What a gorgeous morning to be focusing on our serenity and breath. A little bit more. Okay, there we go. Again, make sure that your strange leg is in front. That's going to teach your body to rewire itself in a very subtle but powerful way. It's funny, these little changes. I studied pranayama and yoga nidra with a big master this year, and he was all about the fine increments, which is mastery actually. That's when you get to those fine increments, and it's really amazing, this guy. So let's come into a seated position. Make sure that the back of your neck is nice and long. When I say lengthen your neck, I don't mean the front, I mean the back, right back up there. Really lengthen the back of your neck. That's going to make the pipe unobstructed when you're breathing. And then lengthen up. And what I'd like you also to do is take your fingertips, put it on your hip bones here, and your thumb on the bottom of your rib cage. You're going to stretch that lower spine area. That's what tends to get all crunched in as we get older. Don't sit like this. It's so bad for your internal organs. Imagine you're all in there just smushed and like, oh, I wish you would lift up. When you lift up, everything can digest much better when you're doing that. So lift that up. And let's sit up very, very tall, lengthening the back of the neck. Let's get used to breathing through the nostrils. Exhaling through the nostrils. And if you want to activate this area on the sides of your body, you could kind of scratch here at the sides of your rib cage, just to sort of increase sensitivity to that area, and then open that area. That's it. It's like a big bellows. And actually what you're doing is when you're increasing that, you're actually pulling the air in because you're creating low pressure. So when you breathe out, now there's low pressure in there. And if you let go, the air falls in. So let's go on ahead and we're going to do alternate nostril breathing. So we're going to start with the right nostril. We're going to breathe in. We're going to close both nostrils, and then we're going to breathe out through the left, then breathe in through the left, close both nostrils, and breathe out. So we're going to start with breathing in through the right. Here we go. Close the nostrils. Breathe out through the left. Keep the right closed and inhale through the left. Close both. Open the right. Keep the left closed as you inhale through the right. Close both. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close both. Exhale through the left, to the right rather. See if you can inhale slowly through the right. Close both. Exhale slowly through the left. Inhale slowly through the left. Close both. Exhale slowly through the right. Three more rounds on your own without me speaking, so you can do your own timing with your own breath. Okay, 3 more times. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Sorry, right, left, right, left, right, left. Here we go. And last round. And gently open your eyes. I call that nature's Valium. It's so wonderful. If you're ever upset about anything, do some, back and forth breathing, because this is how we can influence our bodies from the outside in by doing these practices, by doing these twists, by doing these poses. There's some magic in them. I really don't know what it is because I'm a Westerner doing an Eastern form, but there's magic in these poses, and I just go with that. Let's bring our hands into Namaskar Mudra, into the prayer position, closing the eyes again. Lengthening through the back of the neck, feeling the sit bones on the ground. Inhaling deeply through the nostrils. I invite you to acknowledge yourself, because you've just created an undeniable demonstration of your love for your health and your body. And when you take care of yourself, you can help other people. Rubbing the hands together vigorously, heating up the palms. Rub them, rub them. Bring the warm palms over the closed eyes. Inhale deeply through the nostrils. Exhale deeply through the nostrils. Inhale deeply through the nostrils last time. And gently let the hands come down and the eyes open. Namaste to all of you. It's been a pleasure. This was day 8 of our 40-day challenge of sunrise yoga for the summer from the Hamptons with Sally, and I'm delighted to be here with you. And I will be here with you tomorrow, 6:30 on time, from the next beach up, which I think is Cameron Beach. And we're just moving one beach east each day as we do our yoga practice. So I'm delighted to have you here, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning. Namaste.